Hey guys, I'm Pernell, that's Devin, we are STEM Tree Media, and on this one, you will uncover exactly what you need to know to quickly plan high-value content using podcasting so you can attract high-quality, qualified prospects, turn them into leads, and close more deals without gambling any more time or money on advertising, even if you don't know where to start. Now, people get frustrated with this all the time, right? The content you've been making is not getting you any customers.
We see it everywhere.
All the time, right? So that leads to overwhelm because it's taking you so long to create that content. I don't even know if I'm allowed to swear on this. Can I swear on this? And then once you're so overwhelmed, you feel trapped, man. You feel trapped because you can't seem to find a way to break the cycle. It's almost impossible, right?
Yeah.
You get trapped in your own ideas and your own thoughts and this and that. And while that's good for creatives, it may not be the best for business.
Yeah, you seem to think that just because you know your business very well, that you also know your customers. And sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes when you're out there trying to communicate with your customers, you think they need this thing, but they're actually looking for this thing.
Right.
I've seen this happen with a car dealership. People are looking for cars. They need transportation. They're not looking to, for example, wipe their debt. That's not going to help.
Right.
What ends up happening is you get a bunch of really leads from misleading people into thinking that you're going to help them consolidate their debt in some way, or maybe change their life for the better. And what really ends up happening is those people end up becoming overextended because they're also on the hook for a car and they didn't realize what the problem was, and so the buyer's remorse is really bad at the end of it. And so
Absolutely.
This is all about just understanding your customer in a deeper way.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm going to use my own example. A personal example for me is my podcast, The Morning Pea. Lately, it's been taking off like crazy, and the reason that is because I was able to go back and reevaluate exactly the content I was putting out and realize that what I was doing wasn't 100% correct for the people that I was going towards. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, and it really just took me a little bit of adjusting how I spoke and kind of how it was formatted just a little bit, right? And all of a sudden there was a huge spike in numbers, which was great for me. But now I have to take that and I have to try to find out exactly where that's going for me now, right? So I didn't understand the platforms well enough. And by that, I mean, I didn't understand where I was advertising to and who I was advertising to on those platforms, right? I didn't know what content worked. Even though I had a pretty good idea in my mind, I was always driving forward and saying, I know what I want to do, I know what I want to do. It took somebody else from the outside looking in and going, listen, you have to change this or maybe take this back. And that was one of the things I had to readjust for myself, right? I had to look inwards and take that. And then lacking the predictable sustainability in the process, right?
Right. And this is why we really love the idea of podcasting, because it's such a universal medium to be able to create with and communicate with your customers in a more meaningful way. And
Absolutely.
Even if you don't think it applies to you or your business or your industry, there are ways that you can take high-level conversations and put them in front of the right people.
Right.
If you use the car dealership as an example, having people talk about the complexities of financing or what's involved with your warranty.
If you're able,
all of those things, when you bring those people in now, they already have that education.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to worry about it.
If you're able to answer questions before they get asked on with all your content prior, you're 10 steps ahead of the next car dealer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that you have to realize, and most people have to realize from marketing, is that you want to be able to answer questions for people before they ask them, so they don't have to ask those questions, right? It takes all the stigma off who you are as a person because you're just giving away free information.
Yeah.
Right?
So if you as a business are looking to get into the world of podcasting as a form of sustainable content, we have a kind of an outline of what that looks like and how to create that for yourself in a really, really simple way. And it's basically 3 steps. First of all, you got to choose a model. Choose a model of sustainable content like podcasting. It can be a number of other things, but we love the podcasting idea just because it's so cheap and so easy to get into.
Right.
Now, once you have that kind of sustainable model, you have a format, this is what the show is going to look like, this is what's going to happen. You choose a medium. Do you want to just do audio? Do you want to do just video? Do you want to do video and audio in combination? Which is, again, another reason why we love the podcasting so much, is because you can take the audio from a video, strip it, and then put it on a podcasting platform. And now you've just doubled your exposure in the same procedure.
And not only that, a half-hour podcast or a 1-hour podcast, you throw it every week. Within that half an hour and an hour, there's literally 15, 20 different pieces of content you can pull out that are 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute long, and repurpose all that stuff, right? So that's where you have to make sure you tell your story during that, so where there is content to draw out of it.
Yeah, and that story is going to connect people with you and your business, because they're going to see that other people have gone through it. Just like we use stories when we tell you about how we've served our clients in the past, how we've seen other businesses become successful using these ideas. That story is what really connects you to the whole idea of bringing that prospect into that customer.
Exactly. Again, guys, we are drinking our own Kool-Aid. We believe in this system so much because we know it works. It's worked for so many of our clients, and it's worked for us personally, myself personally for my podcast as well, himself for his podcast. Like, we know how this works, guys. That's why we push podcasting so much. Give him the outro.
So if this is something that you're interested in pursuing a little bit deeper, we do have a 3-step process. We call it the 3X growth map. It combines the 3-pillar system and a sustainable content model, where you can basically create content in a sustainable way, put it out there in front of your people, and then retarget the most engaged members of those audiences with some really, really contextual offers. So if that seems like something that you want to take advantage of, we have a free resource. Somewhere around this piece of content is going to be a link. Click on that link. Go get the free resource. It's a 8-minute free training video to help you understand how that whole entire model works. So now you're not trying to piece together the puzzle. It's already put together for you. It's not just what we use to help our business, the businesses that we serve, but it's what every successful business has ever used throughout the entirety of history of business to become successful when it comes to trying to communicate with your customers. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can grab it anywhere around here, and you can start generating 3 times more leads in as little as 90 days or less without gambling any more of your time or money, even if you've never done this before, you know nothing about online marketing.